out, he had a successful repair. Within 3 days, he was sitting up and he was eating food on his own, which is something he just didn't do well prior to his surgery. We had his discharge echo 2.5 weeks later. Thought we were going home, but unfortunately his repair, it didn't hold. Something went wrong, and so the only way to fix it was to go back in for surgery. We needed to just go in and replace his valve. We had tried to repair it now 3 times between Chicago and Boston, and for whatever reason his body just was kind of fighting the repair. And so we decided right before Christmas that we would do his 5th open heart surgery. And when he came out of surgery, he looked great. In fact, we went out and celebrated that night when he was recovering. We just went out to dinner, me and my family, to celebrate that finally we were on this road to recovery. I got back to his room that night after dinner, and my parents had gone home, and he just started to have some issues with his rhythm, with his heart rhythm was a little bit out of whack, I guess. I don't know exactly. And before I knew it, his room just started filling up with doctors and nurses. And by the time the night was over, he had all of his lines back in that we were used to. He was on a lot of support, and he just remained unconscious. About 24 hours later, he started to have seizures. I just couldn't believe it. It was like, finally we have his heart kind of in a place where it could function properly. And then, finding out that now his brain injury was so severe that he would never wake up and he would never be Kane again. And that was just so incredibly hard. I'll still never really fully understand, but we've accepted it. I'm running the Boston Marathon this year because through the course of our time at Boston Children's, we met so many great doctors and nurses and surgeons. Everybody we met were absolutely world class, and they became kind of our family and support while we were here and even afterwards. But more importantly, I became pretty close with Dr. Kier while being here, and he had to give me some of the hardest news on the planet. But while learning about Kane, I also learned about the research that he's doing. And his research is why I'm running the Boston Marathon.
Our group has been able to get funding from the American Heart Association and from the Children's Heart Foundation to study the application of hydrogen gas in a model of brain injury in the setting of heart surgery. This will be a drug that we can first test in emergencies. So patients who have cardiac arrest, like Kane did when he got CPR, or who have something that happens during the operation in which we know that the brain was deprived of oxygen, could receive this therapy as an inhaled gas. So what we're hoping is that this is a completely supplemental therapy, and that patients who have brain injury or who have suspected brain injury can receive this gas through their breathing tube or through the anesthesia machine or through the bypass machine, probably for about 72 hours around the time that the insult happened. And then we'll measure EEG and brain MRI after that, and hopefully we'll see a difference.
I want to be able to run for something that I believe in so much, and for somebody who I believe in so much, that can have life-changing outcomes for children like Kane and for families that are going through this. So that's why I'm running.